When was the last time that you felt like you have been deprived of your rights? Maybe you didn't get the promotion you deserved, or others closed their eyes on your talents. When it seems like convincing others is just not cutting it, it's tempting to pull out some savvy manipulation moves, almost like channeling your inner Dr. House. In this video, we are diving into 4 sneaky and crafty methods that the legendary Dr. House uses to work his magic on others and make things go his way. Quick disclaimer though, we're not approving or recommending these techniques. Our gig is more about giving you the inside scoop while keeping things entertaining and informative. The first method that House uses is called manufacturing intrigue. In this method, Dr. House deliberately performs unusual behaviors, shows signs of distraction, or sets up a reward for others to achieve a specific goal. But what's the point of creating a mysterious atmosphere? Generating curiosity makes others pay more attention to House and make a lot of effort to understand the reasons for his odd behaviors. Now, House is a lonely person and it's possible that he does that to grab some attention. But there is a more devious reason behind this approach. As they get all caught up in curiosity, they often end up more open to going along with what House wants or being more receptive to his ideas. The cool thing about sparking curiosity is that it kind of sidetracks them from digging into his hidden plans or other stuff he might be up to. It's like they are on a mission to figure out the mysteries, and that can make them a lot more likely to play along with whatever House is cooking up.
Where are you going? Nowhere!
The next manipulation method is leveraging the consequences. He often uses this approach against his poor boss Dr. Cuddy, but of course he doesn't spare others either. Here is how it rolls. House magnifies the consequences of others' decisions. For example, when Cuddy opposes a risky surgical procedure, House jumps right in and starts to rationalize on why that surgery needed to happen yesterday and that delaying it could endanger the patient's life. If you have ever been on the receiving end of this manipulation technique, you surely know it induces a lot of pressure and stress. The constant reminder of all the things that could go wrong gets you hyper-focused on your responsibilities. Dr. House is well aware of this and employs this cunning method when he aims to achieve what he desires as fast as possible. In the leveraging method, House manipulates others' perceptions, plays God, and portraying an image as though he knows what lies ahead. He disregards others' opinions and downplays the consequences of his own actions. Before we get to the third cunning method that House employs, we'd really appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Number 3. Divide and conquer. House loves this technique and finds it downright amusing. But beyond entertainment, House has several other objectives in mind. Firstly, he taps into this method to get a deeper understanding of his team members. When conflicts arise, people tend to let loose thoughts fueled by frustration that they would censor under ordinary circumstances. Listening to these unfiltered comments lets House get better acquainted with his team, allowing him to anticipate their actions. He is also using this technique to stir up competition, allowing him to draw out fresh ideas from the chaos that unfolds. And there is more to it. House might even be helping others and himself through this trick. Sometimes he deliberately stirs up discord, putting underlying issues on display in a controlled environment for resolution. The divide and conquer strategy often finds its way into politics, where it's used to shift attention away from pressing societal matters. However, when applied to a team or a group of colleagues and friends, it can backfire and get out of control. And this is exactly the lesson that House learns in the final season of the show. House's fourth method for playing others is a unique form of reverse psychology. House is quite the character, known for messing with people's mind, and his peers see him as someone who is always one step ahead and has ulterior motives. In this situation, this mad genius employs a strategic form of role-playing that takes advantage of others' doubts and mistrust to his benefit. He essentially flips the script, showing exactly the opposite of what he actually wants and concealing his true intentions from others. It's all about making everyone believe that House has another trick up his sleeve, prompting them to challenge his ideas. Eventually, this leads them to follow the path he intended from the start. This method of playful manipulation complements his previous moves, adding an unpredictable twist to House's actions. One problem that House faces when employing the reverse psychology technique is sustaining the game plan for a long time. As the plan unfolds, the risk of getting caught or the possibility of the other person changing their mind increases. But House likes to play others regardless of the results. And we see in different episodes of the series that when the other party finds out about his plans, House cunningly smiles and starts explaining the story with his own brand of humor. We hope this video has been engaging for you. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, please feel free to write them in the comments section.